What's going on? It's your boy Just Vaughn, man. I'm here. We here, man. I'm starting this reaction page. Like I said, just give me your feedback, your comments on different things, how I can get better. This is my first reaction page. I mess with aim hoops. I mess with his stuff. So I'm not critiquing him. I'm not gonna sit here and try to bash the guy. Like I said, it's just quick reaction on what it is. I like some of the stuff he puts out, some of the stuff he don't put out. But like I said, I'm here. We here. It's my first reaction video ever. It's about this whole situation, Kawhi, whatever. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's see how this is gonna go, man. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's gonna get crazier. I'm gonna do crazy. If y'all got any ideas and stuff like that, let me know. Alright. So yeah, let's get it.
The Clippers just dismantled their core. Everyone but Kawhi Leonard. Now reports say the tree planter himself could be next. ESPN says when the Clippers started off really slow this year, there were a couple of contenders who did homework on Kawhi. Expect those teams to re-engage this summer. Oh, really? Which teams exactly? Well, Anthony Slater, the best Warriors reporter, in my opinion. Kawhi would be an obvious Warriors candidate. Secondary to Giannis, obviously. But they need a big wing who can score and defend. And
So if the Warriors, so listen, this is my question to y'all, right? So I watched a little bit of basketball, a lot of basketball. Is Kawhi number one? Is Kawhi Hall of Famer? Why I ask that? Because one, low management. Yes, he got the Finals MVP. Yes, he was nice, and I'm not saying I'm not no hater, but like, do we really? We, as in like everyone that plays basketball knows basketball, do we really be like, yo, Kawhi's up there, like with a couple of Hall of Famers? And what I'm saying by a couple of Hall of Famers, like, is he better than? I'm not saying no tier. I'm saying like, do you think Kawhi's better than like who's in the Hall of Fame? People be thinking they know like I don't know, people that think they don't belong in the Hall of Fame. Like, just think of those names right there and be like, is Kawhi better than that person? Is Kawhi better than this person? You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts about it. But if Golden State do get Kawhi, I feel like yeah, it would go crazy. But you gotta play though. But my thing is, if they get Kawhi, then what happens to Jimmy Butler? So yeah.
And Golden State, not the only contender interested. This could be a major move because, yes, he's not Raptors Kawhi anymore. But number 3 on a championship team, yes. And that's exactly what might happen this summer. But what about the aspiration scandal? We still have not seen what the league will do, or even a hint of how bad the punishment could be. Well, we'll dig into all of that. But to understand why Kawhi's name is suddenly everywhere, we gotta rewind to October. The Clips were hit with an investigation for going around the salary cap to pay Kawhi. In the past, a scandal like this.
So hold on 1 second, right? Do y'all feel like, I don't know, do y'all? Because the Clippers, for the longest time, had the most situation, right? That whole situation that came out with the movie, though. I ain't even going into that. That's crazy. The whole situation with the Hulu joint, they had that going. Then now, the whole situation with how they dealt with Chris Paul and Lob City, like how they even do nothing. Now they here, and in the Paul George situation, how they dealt with that, and then, well, I mean, Paul George, I ain't gonna go down that situation. We'll talk about that another time. But how is the Clippers organization always in the middle with something? Like, that's just weird to me. Like, how they always in the middle with something. And then, do y'all feel like, is it true? Did they really pay Kawhi on the side? Not, stuff like that. Like, let's get into it.
This got the death penalty for the Timberwolves. So everyone asked about aspiration at Media Day. It was a mess. So the Clips started 6-21 despite being top 10 for the championship preseason. But since December 20th, when they were 6-21, the Clips have literally been the best team in the NBA. Look at this. It's not the Thunder or the Spurs or even your Red Hot Hornets. It's the Clips. And the biggest reason why? Kawhi Leonard. Dude is averaging a career high 28 points a game and leading the NBA in steals. Once again, looks like the 2026 Michael Jordan, which is what Kawhi always looks like when he is on his game. Like going back to his Raptors year. Not just that he shoots the mid-range like MJ or Kobe, It's the style, the footwork, the fadeaway. Gets the Rockets the clutch just before All Star.
Alright, boom. So Kobe Bryant, my favorite player. Like I said, let's just get that out the way. He went to the Mamba School. So look it up. Like he went to the Mamba School. Him, Jamal Murray. There's a couple people that went to the Mamba School. So of course he's gonna get those attributes and those things. So rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest to ever do it. In my opinion, it's my opinion. Like I said, he went to the Mamba School. So when now people are saying like, well, he's moving like this, or he look like that, or he look like this. I'm not saying Kawhi's not great. I'm not saying Kawhi's not good. What I'm saying is, like I said in the beginning, do y'all think he a Hall of Famer? Even though he's taking all this low management, he don't play all the time. He got all these different situations going on with him. Do y'all feel like, he still has a Hall of Famer? Because you know the Spurs, the Raptors, oh he did his thing. I'm not knocking on him. But do y'all feel like, yo, Kawhi's really like a Hall of Fame or whatever? Like I said, let me know in the comments.
Kawhi, mid-range against Amin Thompson. One of the best defenders in the league for the win. But it's not just the mid-range, of course. Kawhi is a master of the three ball. Can you believe he is shooting near 50, 40, 90 as one of the best defenders in the league? No joke. If the Clips had gotten off to a better start, Kawhi would be MVP of the league right now. So why would a team playing like the best in the NBA trade away their stars and basically put Kawhi on an island by himself? They don't even have their own draft pick. It makes no sense to suck. What are they doing? Well, what if the Clippers know something we don't? Maybe the aspiration punishment is coming and it's bad. Remember, it looks like the Clips paid Kawhi tens of millions through a shady company to give him more than a max salary. And I'm sorry, if the NBA doesn't drop the hammer on that, all free agents will be asking for side deals from now on. You know, if Adam Silver just gives like a...
So I feel like I said, I rock with AM Hoops. Shout out to AM Hoops. That's why I'm reacting to his stuff. I'm subbed up to his stuff. So sub up, look up. Like I said, subscribe. I feel like we don't know. Like he could. It's not saying it is. It's not. But what I'm saying is that we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know if that's true. We don't know if that happened. You know what I mean? It goes back to even when the old Minnesota situation happened. Like we don't know. You know what I mean? Even the whole situation with the Knicks getting Patrick Ewing. Like we don't know. But they saying they got it. They saying, oh, we figured it out. We got all these things. And then now, like I said, he's like, oh, people going to take up free agency and do side deals. Like, I feel like we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep going on.
$7 million fine? Every team's going to be like, hey, Giannis, we will give you the max and another $50 million under the table. No, the NBA must do something terrible to scare the crap out of these teams.
So, like I just said, we don't know. They saying they found out that he got it or whatever. Now he's like, oh, well, they found him or whatever. So, they backdoored it. We found out it was fake. Okay, so now I guess the answer is a question of we do know. Cool, fine. But what makes you think that these people that own these teams, right? Like, boom, like a low, not low, but not high market team. What makes you think that they have other investors to sit there and put the side money for that? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think that a team that's a low market team that only can hold like 2 to 3 superstars, like a low market team, like the question that's been coming up that me and my friends we always talk about is like OKC. OKC has great. I think OKC in the past 10 years, that organization has the best scouting team ever. They scouted 3 MVPs, 4 MVPs: James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, SGA. So that's 4 MVPs that they scouted. You feel what I'm saying? They scouted, developed great players. You know what I mean? Scouted, developed, got in there. You know what I mean? Serge Ibaka, he's not an MVP, but he's a champion. So it's one of them things like they have great scouting teams. So you telling me OKC, right? Because remember, let's go back. OKC cut Harden because of Brad. They ain't had the money, so it was like either offense or defense. Harden don't play defense, so we went with the defense. We picked Serge Ibaka. Cool, whatever the rumors is, whatever. So you telling me, right, that a low market team, OKC, a low market team, the Portland Trail Blazers, a low market team is gonna sit there and keep let's say like okay, like Shannon Sharp, right? He's good. He's getting better. Boom. So now he wants his max. And then now they give him some help or whatever. Now the other person want their max, whatever. So you telling me they gonna touch Shannon Sharp like, yo, we gonna build around you, we got you, we gonna still got you, we gonna pay on the table. For that, you might as well get investors to that team to build up the cap for the CBA situation. If I'm wrong, like I said, say in the comments, be like, yo, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You just another person on the internet talking whatever. But what I'm saying is like the Clippers organization has a lot of money. The way if it is true and they paid him on the side because they didn't want him, whatever with the CBA situation, then that's just what it is. But to me personally, I feel like not every team, Milwaukee for example, not every team is gonna have investors or people to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like not every team can do that unless now they get those people like Giannis goes to the Clippers and then that happens. And yeah, I feel like y'all should investigate, do whatever, look into it. But that's my opinion, like I said.
They never do it again. So the death penalty hammer looks like this. Forget money, because owners don't actually care about money. That doesn't motivate them to change. We saw that with the second apron. It was on the court pain they finally listened to. So number one, take away multiple Clipper first round picks. Number two, take away salary cap space. So the Clips have to operate at like 70% of everyone else for 2 years. Number three, void Kawhi's contract. But number four, unlike Joe Smith on Minnesota years ago, suspend Kawhi until the contract is over. Now, some say that's too harsh. Like, what did Kawhi do? He just asked for an illegal payment. Yeah, but that's like going to a casino and finding a dealer who will let you cheat if you slip him 100, then being shocked when security drags you up. All I did was ask. Yeah, but you knew the game was rigged and you played anyway. So if Kawhi's about to be
So I agree, but I disagree. Don't let him play till his contract's over. Remember, as we're hearing now, as a lot of players are coming out and saying like, yo, if I average 25 points a game, I get an extra M. If I play, this much points, I get this. So that's money in their pockets that you're taking away from their family. So I think because the team, yes, okay, Kawhi's in it or whatever, but I still say hit the team so the team can know. I would agree with everything but that messing up the Kawhi's contract joint. Like, because at the end of the day, he can go there like, listen, okay, yes, he's involved. I'm not making no excuses for him. He can go there and then play right, and then they're like, yo, we don't want you to leave. We don't want you to leave. And now it's on them. It's on the organization to keep him. And he makes that decision. You feel me? Because that's on the organization. So I agree, but I say penalize the organization more than the player. That's me as a person. But I don't know what y'all think about that.
suspended. That's why they didn't trade him. Deal everyone else but not Kawhi, because you can't. Now it makes sense. But actually, you do not need a conspiracy theory to explain this. We know why they blew up the team. The reason was James Harden. He wanted a contract extension, and as soon as LA refused, he demanded a trade. Simple as that. It's what James Harden does. Then, without Harden, big man Ivica Zubac's value plummets, so they sold high on him. I mean, the Clips sent out James Harden and Zoo, and they brought in Darius Garland, Ben Mathurin, 2 first-round picks. By the way, one of them could be number 5 in a loaded draft, and 2 seconds. That is insane value. They could not pass up. But maybe Kawhi is next. So ESPN speculated on this, but we actually have a timeline. At the end of this season, Kawhi will be up for an extension, and if the Clips don't give him one, the clock starts. They either deal Kawhi or risk losing him for nothing. It's that simple. We will know for sure if Kawhi is gone in the next few months. But to where? Well, Slater mentioned Golden State, and they are in a position to win any deal with the assets they have. Now, we already know that Milwaukee told them no on Giannis, and why would that change this offseason? If they really want to go all in around Steph, Kawhi is the perfect addition. He is a big, dominant two-way guard that doesn't need the ball. But how much do you trade? Like, what's Kawhi's trade value? You don't go all in for him. He does look good, but this man has missed 226 regular season games since joining the Clippers in free agency in 2019, as well as multiple playoff series. So the trade is the Warriors get Kawhi, the Clips get Draymond, Moses Moody, and control of 2 first-round picks. Now the Dubs have off-season space to do this, but the Clips do it for those 2 picks. Remember, they don't have any picks of their own, so being bad doesn't make sense. You have to make up for that with serious draft capital. But the Warriors were not the only team being mentioned. Another contender is the LA Lakers. Kawhi is an LA guy. He is from Southern California, wants to spend the rest of his career there. The Lakers are the only team that can offer that. Perfect fit also because who better replace LeBron James with next year than Kawhi? He is a great complement to ball-dominant Luka, and his defense is needed to help both Luka and Austin Reeves. Yes, the timeline kind of sucks because Luka and Reeves are almost 10 years younger, but there may be no better addition basketball-wise if Giannis stays in Milwaukee. So the trade here is the Lakers get Kawhi, Clips to get Dalton Connect, and 2 first-round picks. So this works money-wise because the Lakers have more cap space than anyone.
Lakers ain't doing that. Dalton Connect and 2, nah. I mean, if they do, then they do, but I don't think they would. I don't see them doing that. That's insane. But what do y'all think about these picks, man? What do y'all think about these trades and all that? That like AM Hoops be making up. Like I said, shout out to AM Hoops, man. He be grinding, man. He be grinding. I'm gonna still be following. I'm gonna still be subscribe, man. I'm gonna be reacting.
In this offseason, they can just absorb Kawhi into that. But they ship Dalton Connect there as a throw-in, plus 2 valuable picks. That may sound super expensive actually to some Laker fans, but remember, they only do this if Kawhi continues to ball out the rest of the year into the playoffs and if the Giannis door is completely shut. Any team that gets Kawhi is asking him to be a number 3 on a championship team, not a 2 or a 1. And at this point, that's not too much to ask because the man is dominating. But for now, his future is a mystery. And while we wait on aspiration, the Kevin Durant files just got leaked. Some of his burner tweets are outlandish, so real proof is needed here. So,
like I said, man, I'm here for it. I think I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I think Kawhi, I don't think he should retire. Like I said, what I'm trying to get out of this video is what do y'all think, like, about the whole situation? I know Kawhi needs to go. We know the Clippers messed up with that whole Paul George trade, and now the Thunder got what they got. Shout out to them. But do y'all really think like what he's saying has some, to it, or he just another person on the internet going off and saying that? Like I said, shout out to AM Hoops. He does his homework. He does his stuff. Like I said, I'm just putting my opinions on what I said. I react to this. I'm gonna react to basketball. I know a little bit of football, but basketball, music, and all that. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. And then here we go, man. I'm. That's it. That's the video. Hopefully it cut off. Yeah, he ain't cut off.